kept wondering how I got here. When did I start caring about the dinner to dessert tabletop?
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most savage robot chicken parodies.
It's out of my hands.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most brutal, satirical sketches on the show. Is there an absurd moment we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Emperor's Phone Call. Nearly every iteration of Darth Vader is a merciless and ruthless Sith Lord. But here, he's kind of just a chump. When Palpatine asks to take a business call from Vader, he's informed of the destruction of the Death Star.
Who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Since it was caused under Vader's supervision, he gets roasted by his boss, Palpatine.
I'm sorry. I thought my Dark Lord of the Sith could protect a small thermal exhaust port that's only 2 meters wide.
The powerful Sith even cries. It's a hilarious and kind of deserved burial of Darth Vader. Even Vader's late wife, Padme, isn't safe either, as the Emperor also hilariously butchers her name.
Or I'm gonna tell everyone what a whiny bitch you were about Padamame or Panda Bear or whatever the hell her name is. Oh, jeez, he's crying.
We almost feel bad that the Dark Sith Lord has to endure this takedown. Although we don't like to side with the Emperor, we'd be pretty upset too if our giant battle station got destroyed. Number 9. Taken to Neverland. We never knew we needed a dark and gritty Peter Pan movie until we saw this sketch.
Hello?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I don't know why you dress like...
In this mix of Peter Pan and Taken, Brian Mills rescues the kids Peter brought to Neverland. We know that he said he'd find and kill anyone who gets in his way. However, we didn't expect him to do so while wearing a ridiculous seashell bikini.
Wendy, where are your brothers?
There, on the pirate ship!
This absurd premise serves as a great knock at how unhinged Brian gets at some points in the franchise. While moviegoers don't think about him taking out nameless henchmen, it feels different when he attacks recognizable characters. He slays everyone from Captain Hook to Tinkerbell. Guess Brian can add killing beloved Disney characters to his particular set of skills.
Why would I want to leave when my happy thought's about to come true?
You're what? Oh, no!
Number 8. The Powerpuff Girls versus the Man. In this sketch, the Powerpuff Girls face their deadliest enemy yet.
Aha! Mojo Jojo is in jail now, but we'll break out to fight the Powerpuff Girls again for you to put in jail again. No, wait, is that Mojo Jojo's life?
Mr. Mime? Fuzzy Lumpkins? Nope. They're taking on a flawed justice system. When the girls place Mojo Jojo in jail, they realize Townsville doesn't properly utilize resources to rehabilitate criminals. Instead, it's just always a vicious cycle of prison, release, and committing crimes. This skit initially seems to roast how the trio treats its villains. However, it's pretty clear that the sketch is calling out America's justice system specifically for its failings.
Maybe if you cared about more than just the Townsville 1%, Fuzzy could contribute to society.
It's safe to say that we weren't expecting a Powerpuff Girls parody to make us want to call our local congressman about justice reform.
And so, Townsville is saved from its greatest villain yet, the Man!
Number 7. Jason versus Godzilla. There's Jason Voorhees, there's Godzilla, and now there's the two facing off. Isn't this the big showdown everyone's wanted?
Godzilla has destroyed the last of our Air Force, sir. We have one final option.
Nuclear?
Better. Jason Voorhees!
Maybe not exactly, but this sketch gives us a tease of the potential fight anyways. Jason going up against literal Godzilla is a real head-scratcher, but it's even funnier to think about who'd hypothetically beat who. Once again, what seems silly is really a great satire on the movie-going public's obsession with intellectual property-driven crossovers.
Why won't you die?
It's fully believable that this could be the next movie in the Monsterverse. And if we're being honest, we kind of want to see this outlandish movie.
I would actually see this. I mean, like, not on a Friday night.
At the very least, you definitely can't say it's a boring premise. Number 6. A Scooby Friday. When the Scooby Gang tries to solve a mystery that has Jason Voorhees at the root of the problem, it doesn't go that well.
What are we doing here?
Camp Crystal Lake. supposedly haunted by a machete-wielding spook named Jason Voorhees.
Although we'd like to say that the Mystery Gang held their own against the demented slasher, we'd be lying. There's actually a character slaughter before the gang gets picked off in goofy and inventive ways. The worst qualities of each member of the Scooby-Doo gang are brought to the forefront.
Ah! Her first! Kill her first!
Well, hey!
Fittingly, the most competent member of the gang is the only one who survives. But even Velma isn't free of some criticism. Between the vicious slaughter and deep digs, none of the Scooby Gang emerges from this skit unscathed.
Now to see who Jason Voorhees really is. Old Man Phillips? But why?
Spanish doubloons worth hundreds of dollars are sitting at the bottom of the lake.
Number 5. Voldemort's nose job. There's a lot of things people can make fun of Voldemort for. However, this sketch chooses to fixate on his nose. Although Voldemort's own actions caused him to lose it, even we want him to get a break after being mercilessly heckled. He gets so insecure that he goes in for surgery to get one put on.
I'm ready. Cut me!
Unfortunately, James Potter wrecks the nose. Twice. Voldemort's busted nose then leads him right back to where he started, with people making fun of him again.
Voldemort, why so bent out of shape?
Looks angry enough to kill that guy's baby.
His constant ridicule also led to him to decide to attack the young Harry Potter. Thanks to this skit, the powerful dark wizard comes off as an insecure man-child.
I confess myself disappointed.
Number 4. Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pretty much every episode. You know a parody is well done when even superfans agree that the joke is accurate.
Timing on that was perfect.
Robot Chicken takes a brilliant stab at Marvel's ABC series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In the original show, spies try to solve problems in the MCU themselves. So the skit mocks the show's inability to utilize any of the franchise's major heroes to solve any of the problems the characters encounter.
You better call Nick Fury.
Fury's unavailable.
I'm sure Tony Stark could help us.
He's out of the country.
Well, Thor would be more than powerful enough to...
No, he's in space.
The excuses that Agent Phil Coulson lists off in this sketch get more and more ridiculous, which further exhibits just how superheroes in the Marvel arsenal failed to make an appearance in the series. Who needs the Avengers when you got Coulson looking out for heroes anyways?
Iron Man just flew by.
Oh, can I see?
You know what? Just take my word for it.
Number 3. Roasting the Rugrats. Now that we think about it, the parents of the Rugrats kids were definitely slacking. How could these infant kids get away with all these absurd adventures otherwise?
Well, after crossing the freeway, base jumping off a cliff and dodging bullets in a gang war, we finally found my Reptar doll.
Tommy, what are you doing in the street?
This skit brings this classic Nickelodeon kid show's major flaw to light. During the skit, Dee Dee berates Stu for letting the children run off into the streets while he tinkered in the basement.
Oh, I'm sorry, the babies escaped and I...
Escaped? They're babies, you sackless moron!
The kids listen in absolute horror as she goes off on her husband for his inattentiveness.
And they just...
Oh, a new toy! Never mind then!
Obviously, she's not any better herself. We love that the skit used Robot Chicken's unmistakable vulgarity as a means to explore a legitimate issue with the premise of Rugrats. Number 2. The Joker's Electrocution. In one of their many showdowns, Batman beats Joker within an inch of his life and contemplates killing the clown.
No, one more punch would kill you.
After all, Joker's committed numerous crimes, even when behind bars in Arkham. Desperate to end the clown without killing, Batman realizes there's a loophole here. The Dark Knight gives convincing testimony to a jury that puts the clown in an electric chair.
Maurice P. Joker, for 2,391 counts of murder and many other crimes that seem minor next to 2,391 counts of murder, you have been sentenced to death.
While this sketch seems ridiculous on the surface, it makes fun of the numerous occasions where Batman finds a loophole through his no-killing rule that results in an enemy's death. The difference here is that we see an execution of the Joker that's more brutal than some of the Dark Knight's entire films.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Wait. But why? For Barbara.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ken's Hidden Rage. While you've probably heard of Barbenheimer, have you heard of Ken Fight Club?
The first rule of Fight Club: you do not talk about Fight Club.
Before 2023, Barbie deconstructed the male doll's psyche. This skit took a stab at the character's mind. The film pokes fun at the fact that Ken is trapped in a life where he doesn't have much agency. This disgruntled narrator vents by participating in an underground fight ring where he and other Kens duke it out.
Fourth rule: hitting the crotch is okay, cause let's face it, we're all smooth down there.
During the skit, the brawls get pretty nasty. It's hilarious to see such a tonal shift for a brand that's usually so light. It also surprisingly brings up a lot of digs at Barbie lore in an incredibly short time.
Because our new nihilist worldview taught us to stop caring about that which did not matter.
Overall, it's a savage take on a Ken that didn't know he was enough. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.